This September, we went to the Keweenaw Overland Adventure Retreat, or KOAR. I found out about it last year too late to make the arrangements to go, so when they announced the details for this year, I ensured our schedules would accommodate it. I love to return to Michigan's Upper Peninsula. As an alumni of Michigan Technological University, the return to the area brings back the memories of my college days, old antics, and the friendships that have endured in the decades since. KOAR is held near the top of the Keweenaw Peninsula in the small town of Copper Harbor. The Trails End Campground plays host to campers, off-roaders, and overlanders for an extended activity-filled weekend. The Keweenaw is the perfect destination for such a meetup, with activities ranging from camping, hiking, mountain biking, kayaking, and of course, vehicle-based exploration. This peninsula, protruding into Lake Superior, was an early economic strength for Michigan. Settlers learned from the native people about the copper to be had in the hills, and this soon supplemented the already profitable logging and fur trading industries. Evidence of these historic activities are abundant, from the restored Fort Wilkins, built to prevent predicted hostilities from a rapidly growing population, to the many closed copper mines, some of which have reopened for tourism and education, to small towns and ghost towns hearkening back to an earlier time. It is an honor to be among a group of fellow adventure travelers who continue to give their respect to this place, the space for understanding and knowledge of the area's past, while enjoying the many resources this region holds. As always, hit the like button and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We found our site and made camp for the long weekend. It is apparently a KOAR tradition to rain, so we got the awning out and got situated. After a welcome meeting and greeting, we prepared for the next day's adventure. The next morning, we met up with a group that wanted to hit the areas we had on our list. First up was the Stamp Sand Beach at Gay, Michigan. This beach is the result of decades of ore processing at the Gay stamping mill. Rock and boulders from the mines would be stamped with an anvil-like metal stamp, crushing the rock until what was left was a stamp sand. The sought-after ores could then easily be sifted out by hand or in some cases chemically separated from the waste. Because these stamping mills were operated by water wheel or steam, they were located near lakes and rivers. The operators relied on the water disposal to carry away the stamp sand and make room for new material to be processed. In the case of the Gay stamping mill, roughly 50 billion pounds of stamp sand has been deposited into Lake Superior, creating the beach we now ride upon. Thankfully, cleanup efforts are underway. The stamp sand has elevated levels of arsenic, which is running into Lake Superior as well as leaching into the groundwater nearby. Furthermore, as the tides and storms of Lake Superior relentlessly buffet these shores, the stamp sand continues to migrate along the prevailing currents, carrying it to the southeast and into the Buffalo Reef, an important spawning area for lake trout and whitefish. The reef is estimated to produce 32% of the commercial fishing catch in the Keweenaw Bay. It is worth saving. For now, we make the most of this situation by riding and exploring. Our movement here does nothing to further damage the ecology of the area. We leave with memories of traversing this terrain, the significant effects early industry has had on the area, and the awareness and knowledge of the efforts to restore this environment. Drive, former home of the Cliff Mine. This mine was the first commercially profitable mine in Michigan. Mining began there in 1845 and was mined heavily until 1878. In all, the mine produced over 38 million pounds of copper. Adjacent to the mining operations was the small town of Clifton. Now in ruins, Clifton is being researched by graduate students from Michigan Technological University. They have excavated a butchery and the remains of boarding houses nearby. The South Cliff Stamp Mill nearby is well preserved. Today, we explore the trails in and about the Cliff Mine area, including a formidable water crossing, a stop at the Clifton Cemetery, and the top of the mined hill for a scenic overlook of the whole area.
Ready to start now?
See if we can use the spotter.
That's Jeremy.
The Jeep behind us is really happy about this.
Well, he's the tail end.
Epic, if you've ever seen it.
Getting off?
Yeah, I think the overlook is pretty close to here. After the drive down the cliff trails, we situated at camp before heading to the community area for evening activities, including a fly fishing demo and an astrophotography clinic. Then we rested up for the next day's explorations. The next morning, we set out to Keystone Bay. The beach is at the southern tip of the Keweenaw and is a remote location. The logging road to the area is roughly maintained, and there are tight areas for vehicles. Despite nothing very technical to drive, it was fun to explore this area. It's a good idea to have a GMRS radio and know how to use it, specifically going through the various channels ensuring no one is coming in the opposite direction. There are very few areas wide enough to pass opposing traffic, especially if you are traveling in a group of vehicles. U.S. Highway 41 ends just past Copper Harbor, and Mandan Road picks up to continue the journey to the tip of the Keweenaw, ending at High Rock Bay and Rocket Range. The road is used as a logging road and rife with mud holes, ruts, and a water crossing. Even though it is not a technical road, one should take it seriously to get to where they're going. The remoteness of High Rock Bay is poignant. The wind buffets you as you stand, and the waves are loud and relentless as they crash into the sides of the point. You become keenly aware of the exposure to the elements and the unyielding might of Lake Superior. The final gathering on Saturday night is fun. From raffles with significant prizes to entertainment to a large bonfire, it is a great way to end the event as we all prepare to go down our own paths. For a few of us, though, we return to Brockway Mountain for a stellar opportunity at astrophotography. Once back to camp, we got some rest and made the long drive home. We reminisced the trails explored, the people met, the experiences shared, and we hope our journey will bring us back next year.